Movie notes on particle fever, 2013 film, 5 June 2025 viewing. Here I, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, talk through my movie notes for my Thursday, 5 June 2025 viewing of the 2013 film Particle Fever, which is a documentary film about theoretical physicists and experimental physicists collaborating to expand data reserves and understanding in particle physics through/at the Large Hadron Collider, European Organization for Nuclear Research in Geneva, Switzerland. So some of the people are there on site and some of the people are learning through. It's an experimental apparatus that is very large, especially compared to like my research in experimental petrology, where I literally grew rocks that were, you know, like smaller than a single one of these beads and in a vertical gas mixing furnace. You know, so like, yeah, they're contained box versus like something that takes up a lot of space, and you know, a single one of their magnets was taller than our tallest gas our tallest gas cylinder. So and they have a bunch of magnets, okay, at this particular experiment. And so it documents kind of 2008 to 2012, and it covers, they discover an elusive particle, the Higgs boson, that's been around for, you know, it takes about 40 years to find this thing. And the value that they get is a little bit different than they had anticipated. These would, depending on who you talk to. Okay, and and then at the end credits it says, you know, these two guys won the 2013 Nobel Prize in Physics for this. So this was and let's see, per the documentary, the experiment was passed in 1980, same year as the Mount St. Helens eruption, that way. A couple of hours by car, or an hour, a couple of hours by car. You know, the volcano is that way. Then elsewhere in the universe, in particle physics, this experiment came into full force mode. And so it took them a number of decades to get their results, and like, you know, they were, I'd say, very cutting edge for where they were. So they were covering stuff back in like 2008, and they were talking about like Facebook and Twitter, which came into existence in what, like 2006, 2007. So it's like they were like, and there were blogs covering it, and there was news and stuff. And I was like, so if you want the like frontier in terms of breakthrough at the industry level, physics was actually at the front for like social media and like blogs and stuff like that. So it got through first. Some industries still haven't gone through. So like in that sense, it's 2025, decades, depending on the platform, I guess. Decade plus, 10 plus years. Okay. And watching it, so I've done both experimental and theoretical work, and I was watching this, and something that stood out for me was I have broad shoulders, and I'm a she, her, hers, and so I'm like always thinking of like, when thinking of like what to present, I'm like, some of what I wear, like female clothing, aren't my shoulders friendly. So like in the past, I've actually worn like a men's undershirt, because it doesn't like bunch and poof weird like female clothing does, even with my C-cup boobies. Okay. So I was watching this, and there's a guy in here, Martin Alexa, spelled Aleksa for Alexa. And I was like, maybe I could dress like Martin Alexa for conferences and like dress code events. So he in this, and I've worn stuff that's like kind of similar in the past, but I was like watching and I was like, that's something that like I might be able to pull off, especially if I were skinny or like thin. Like I might actually be able to pull that off. Then I could have about 12 to 13 Italia hoodies with the one of my Nicolo stored in a gold cape and reserved for special occasions such as a visit / work day at the Large Hadron Collider. Yeah, so thinking through my wardrobe, like if I return to physics, you know, particle physics, with my modernization of old experiments, you know, from like the 1800s, early 1900s. You know. Okay, different dress codes for different occasions, but that came to mind on this viewing. But it's a good one. I recommend it. I've done I did a notes video on this back in September 2024, so yeah, it's been in a few movie watch lists. It wasn't in my movie watch list this week. I picked it up yesterday, which is after my movie watch list theme day. Currently Tuesdays, or has been of recent for the past 2023, April 2023 to present. So there we go. Those are my movie notes on Particle Fever 2013 film, 5 June 2025 viewing. Same day I'm filming this, so to present is Thursday, 5 June 2025, Seattle area